For the freedom, we got to act like it, and we got to fight for it with everything that we got. Can I get an amen? Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the lesson that I've learned in the last few years. If there's a problem in your community, you cannot rely on the politicians. You cannot rely on anybody except for you guys. You right here. This is the solution. You understand that? Yeah. You are the ones that can take care of these businesses. You have to put pressure on these politicians, but I'm here to tell you they will not be there. When things get rough, they will run and they will hide like they're hiding in this building right here, right now. Do you understand that? Yeah. Down in Vancouver, Washington, we were supporting businesses that were opening up during the first lockdown. We had a girl named Kelly Carroll. Okay, she opened up her business. She's a grandma and she is so courageous. And she did it and she was willing to be a target. She went on InfoWars and she tore up her business license. First of all, now we got to ask the question, why do we even need business license anymore? To run our own businesses. We put in our own money, we take the risk, we put in all the work. This state has nothing to do with that. We no longer need business license, no more. But that's the state of mind that we got to have. But she went on there, she tore that business license and she opened up, she threw a huge rally out in front of her business and she became a target. She was the first person, okay, in the state of Washington to be criminally charged for defying Inslee's orders, okay, for defying. And as soon as she did that, the community responded. We did not see one politician support her. We didn't see anybody come and support her. It was the people. We had 600, 800 people out front of the sheriff's department demanding that he protects her. Okay? We rallied for the prosecuting attorney's personal home because that's where they're hiding, right? We went out there, we bullhorned him. We had like 300 people out front barbecuing, demanding that he drops the charges. Because I'm here to tell you, if they did not drop the charges, we were not going to go anywhere. Anywhere. That prosecuting attorney would not be able to go anywhere in our community because our community is standing with Kelly Carroll, and eventually they dropped the charges, ladies and gentlemen. They dropped the charges. I'm here to tell you, okay? There are times like this, there's a temptation to believe that you can't do anything, okay? I'm here to tell you that is a lie from the devil. Each and every single one of you have the ability to change the world, but you got to believe it. You got to believe it and you got to act like it. It is a state of mind. Once you understand that you are a creation of God, God created you. Once you understand that fact, nothing will get in your way, okay? And it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down. It doesn't matter how many times these politicians fail you. It doesn't matter. If you keep fighting, you will get the freedom that God has blessed us with in your county. Can I get an amen? There's the thing, you know, going through this whole process, okay? I'm here to tell you, okay? It's so important. I'm here to tell you that the solution is right here. It is you guys. I know I've said it, but it is so important, okay? And only you guys can protect these businesses that are courageous enough to open. Dana is an inspiration to me. This is why I drove up here, okay? He was one of the first, we had several bars that stayed open in the Tri-Cities area. Liquor board came through, everyone closed down except for Dana, okay? He stayed open. I talked to him. He said, Joey, I don't care what they do to me. I'm going to stay open no matter what. And I'm here to tell you, if they pull his license and he stays open, I'm here to tell you, people will mobilize all over the state of Washington and we will be here in front of his business. Thousands of us will be there. That is not talk. That is not talk. And it will be national news. You guys are leading the charge. Do you understand that? You're leading the charge in the state of Washington. What a beautiful thing. What an amazing thing. And so that's why I'm here. And I went to all these different bars and I sat down, I ate there, took some videos. We went and we bullhorned. Who came with us to bullhorn the liquor board agent's house the other day? I feel bad. The kid's only 28 years old, so I feel bad. But listen, this kid went to Sterling's, okay? He shut down Sterling's and he said, I'm sorry, I don't want to do it, but I will lose my job. The problem with that, though, what a selfish thing, though. So he wants to save his job, but he's going to destroy everybody else's jobs. Come on now. We as Americans, we need to be selfless. We need to make the sacrifices to fight for freedom, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot it's not self-preservation anymore. Because the thing is, if he keeps doing what he's doing, there will be no more bars left and he won't even have a job, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to think about this. We have two business owners, and I understand. I get it, okay? I understand it. It's very difficult. you don't want the fines. You don't want to lose your license. You don't want to be shut down. But guys, if we lose this economy, if we keep allowing this government to shut us down, this economy will be destroyed and you will not have a business anymore. No more. Why is it? And this is a globalist issue. This is not just within America. All these countries across the world are doing the exact same thing, okay? In Australia, they have a few hundred deaths from COVID, and you don't even have free speech there anymore. You can't even, on the computer, say that you support a rally. The police will come in there and arrest you in the name of COVID. In the name of COVID. All the countries are shut down except for one, and that is China. China is open for business, ladies and gentlemen, and the reason why is because they want to destroy our economy. They know they cannot bring global oppression as long as America is free and open, ladies and gentlemen.
And we have the guns.
You are not just fighting for the United States of America. You are fighting for freedom at a global level. Do not underestimate that. That's why it's so important at a local level. You got to fight here at a local level. You focus right here, okay, in the Tri-Cities area. And I'm here to tell you, because you have the potential. You have the potential to be a light, a bright light in the state of Washington, and it will go from one county to the next, to the next. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And someone earlier here today, God bless them, said, Inslee's not watching us. Damn it, that is wrong.
Right.
Inslee knows everything that we're doing when we defy his orders. I know from personal experience.
Yep.
I've had police officers come down and try to shut me down and saying this is coming directly from Inslee because they're so afraid of the people waking up and finally pushing back and finally saying no and saying this is our country. This is our country and we run it, not the people at the top, not Inslee, nobody in the government. It is us. We make the rules. Is that right?
And we have the guns.
It is that fire, ladies and gentlemen. It is that fire that they are afraid of. That fire and that passion that goes from one person to the next, where we no longer decide to hide in our houses. We no longer remain silent. We will no longer be asleep, because I'm here to tell you, Americans have become docile and they've become weak. Is that right? We've been asleep for far too long. Believers and Christians have become silent and become weak. We have the weakest believers in the world because we haven't faced any persecution.
Open the churches.
We've taken for granted our right to worship out in the open. We've taken for granted the right to just open up this scripture. We, as followers, believers, as freedom fighters, okay, it is not enough to just believe, okay? You got to take action. You got to take action, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise, your beliefs don't mean a damn thing, okay? We are not sent down into this world to hide in our houses. I don't care. You can hide in your house and not sin your entire life, but your life is worthless if you're not out fighting for justice, if you're not out fighting for freedom. And what an amazing time to be alive right now in 2020. I thank God, I hate this year, but this is the craziest year of my life, but I thank God all the time that I get to participate and I get to be here, because the decisions that we make as Americans, okay, now, will impact the future of this country the exact same way that it impacted this country in 1776. That's what we're living through right now. We're living through a revolution. The question is, which revolution do you want to have? Do you want to have a revolution where we get through this, okay, and we're in complete oppression? We keep bowing down, we keep bending the knee, we allow these people to dictate who can stay open and who can't, we allow the multi-billion-dollar corporations to take over? Or you want to have that revolution where the people rise up and we're more free than we've ever seen in this entire country? The choice is yours. The choice is yours. Freedom, come on now. What a beautiful thing. Freedom, what a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing. When I think about freedom, man, it like I said, it's got that fire and that passion. And I believe, here's what I also believe. God will not help us if we're not willing to sacrifice.
Correct.
I preach that all the time, okay? He will not lift one finger if we are not willing to sacrifice. If we continue to have the same state of mind, social diffusion, we think that someone else is going to take care of the problem. We got to get rid of that. Every single problem that you see that makes you angry, you got to go out there and fight for justice. It is your responsibility. Your responsibility, not just as an American, but as a human, okay? During the Revolutionary War, a lot of people don't think about this. The sacrifices that they made to win that war. I want people to understand how long those winters were and what it took for them to keep going forward, to beat the most powerful military that the world has ever seen. Just a bunch of average people, right? The 3%, a bunch of average people who were just committed and were on a divine mission to fight for that freedom that we still have. Today. It was passed from one generation to the next and to the next, and right here, right now, it is our turn. It is our turn to fight for that freedom, to get it for our children and our grandchildren, ladies and gentlemen, because if we don't stand now, they are the ones that are going to have to deal with the consequences of us being docile.
We will not. Freedom.
I want you to think about this, okay? CDC themselves, okay? CDC, the liars themselves said that only 6% of the reported COVID deaths were actually just from COVID, okay?
Corrupt.
The rest of them were heart attacks, diabetes, being shot, whatever, okay? I don't know if you guys remember the Washington Post, when they first reported 100,000 deaths, they put all the names on there, on the front page. The third name down was a man in Seattle who was shot and died from a gunshot wound, and he said it was a COVID death, okay? Listen, we're talking about 12,000, maybe, about 12,000 who actually died from COVID, and most of those people are above 70. We have 2.5 million people who die every single year in this country. Damn it, we cannot give up our Constitution because of 12,000 deaths from a virus, ladies and gentlemen. We have sent so many brave men and women across this globe to die for this country, to die for freedom. Over 1 million have died for us and this country. We cannot allow one virus to destroy this Constitution. We have 1.2 million people combined between heart disease and cancer who die every single year. 1.2 million people. And most of that simply from making bad decisions in terms of health, okay? We don't allow the government to come into our houses and tell us what we can or cannot eat. We don't allow the government to force us to go out to exercise. We don't allow the government to tell us that we need to stop smoking, okay? Damn it, we cannot allow this government to tell us where we can and cannot go out to eat. If we want to go out to eat at Coco's and have a drink, we will do it. It is our own decision. We will take the risk. That is the part about freedom. In America, we believe in consequences. We believe in allowing people to face the consequences of the choices that they make. We do not, I repeat, we do not believe in a government that babysits us, that comes into our houses, that tells our families what we can or cannot do. Is that right?
Yes.
We have to understand that the thing is, and you guys know this, if we don't take this back, and we keep just allowing it, we keep giving this power, do you think that we'll ever get it back?
No.
We will never get it back. Read a history book. That's why it is so important that we stand now, okay? Because they want everything, guys. They want everything. Do you understand that?
Yes.
They want everything that they can take that we will give them.
Correct.
So we have to say no. We have to say no. Not only do we stop them from taking, but we take back.
That's right.
We take back.
Yes.
Take back the rights and the freedoms that we've been giving away for decades.
Right.
Because I'm here to tell you, liquor board control has been they've been out of control way before COVID.
Yeah.
And we gave it to them. We gave it to them. This is what I'm saying. We got to change the way that we think. We got to change the way that we think. I said this yesterday. I gave it, or 2 days ago. Okay, this is your area. This is your county. Okay, claim it. Claim it as yours. Claim it. It belongs to the people. It does not belong to L&I. It does not belong to the liquor board. It does not belong to the health department. It does not belong to the people in here. It belongs to you guys. So act like it and fight for it, ladies and gentlemen. Fight for it. Okay. Okay. I wish I could be here. I'm going to finish up with this. One thing that's very important, guys. I had an opportunity to go out to Hong Kong, okay? I went out to Hong Kong when they had millions of people marching in the streets. One of the most amazing experiences I've ever had in my entire life. These people, there's about 7 million people on that island, and they had at times 2 million people out there. When I first went out there, they had, for whatever reason, it was their culture, they didn't have any flags, okay? I saw one flag out there, and it was just a weird flag. I couldn't really recognize it, okay? They only had one flag. But I went out there, and these people, literally, they did not fight. There's no division, okay? It didn't matter if you were gay, a Muslim, Christian, left, right, whatever it was. They all fought together because they knew that the enemy was a Chinese communist regime. They knew it. They understood that fact. So they worked together. They fought together. And that unity was so inspiring to me. And it made me so sad because here in our country, we're so divided. We're so divided. But the truth is that other citizens, no matter how much they hate on you, no matter how much they may spit in your face, and I've had a lot of people spit in my face, they're not the enemy, okay? The enemy is the people at the top. And I'm out there, and I made a decision to pull out an American flag when I was in Hong Kong. I stood up on top of this barrier, and there's just hundreds of thousands of people marching by, and I pulled out that flag. And these people love that flag more than the way that we treat that flag here, and the way that we burn that flag, and we disrespect that flag, okay? Because we don't understand the freedom that we have. Those people were fighting for their lives, and they loved that flag, guys. And over time, people started to pull out more flags and more flags. And I always loved that flag, but I fell in love with that flag when I was out there in Hong Kong to see how much it meant for them. Because they want that freedom, guys. And they were going to fight for it, and they were going to do whatever it took to fight for that freedom. And COVID came in, okay? They had free speech at that time. COVID came in. They used that to destroy their rights to have free speech. China used that. They cleared out those streets, and during that time, they passed the national security law, which basically made it so that you cannot say anything bad about China. So their free speech is gone. Their protests were destroyed by COVID, guys. It's over. They've lost everything because they bowed down, because they bent the knee. They were on fire, and they were fighting for freedom in ways that I've never seen. The most hardcore freedom fighters I've ever seen in my entire life, but they allowed COVID to destroy it, guys. It is time. It is time that we stand up and we fight. Tell your friends, tell your family, okay? We're the last light of freedom in this world. And we cannot allow this lie, the biggest lie ever created in the history of this world. Stand up and speak the truth, unafraid, unapologetically, and fight as hard as you guys possibly can. God bless each and every single one of you.
Thank you, Joey.
Thanks, Joey.